Hey y'all, filming today's Music Business Week, we had a few computer problems, so it may not sound perfect, but we promise it'll never happen again. Thanks for watching.
Microcasting for your city, Talkapolis.
Bandwidth for today's show is brought to you by SoftLayer.com. We love SoftLayer here at Talkapolis. They are the greatest hosting company ever. They make everything easy. Check out their website at SoftLayer.com. Thanks again for sponsoring the show. Also by Nashville Violins, the string player's #1 choice for their string instrument needs. Nashville Violins offers everything from lessons to repairs. Make sure you check them out at NashvilleViolin.com.
Music Business Week, our guest, Skylar Wilson. Hi everybody, I'm Greta Gaines, and you are watching Music Business Week right here at Talkapolis. Our guest today is Skylar Wilson. How you doing, Skylar?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you.
Awesome to have you on the show.
Thank you.
You are a musician and also a producer.
I am.
And what got you started? I mean, I know your father, and he's been in the music business for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up, is this the music industry something you thought you would just naturally get into, or?
You know, I always thought of myself as an artist. I like to paint and draw as a kid. I was always trying to do creative stuff to show pictures to my mom and all my friends and kind of impress them. Music kind of came along a little later in my teens. When I was in high school, I started playing on the drums and wanting to be in rock bands, and it kind of just went there.
Yeah.
Kind of back.
So how long have you been producing?
Producing, I would say I've been doing that about 3 to 4 years.
Yeah, but you've been working on some great stuff. I mean, some of the most exciting indie rock projects out of Nashville, I would say.
Thanks.
So tell us about some of the projects you've done in the last few years.
I started with Justin Earl. Justin Towns Earl is one of my really good friends, and we played together for about 10 years, and eventually, you know, he had to start making records, and I was his piano player, and one thing led to another, and I started producing records with him. It was kind of where I got my feet wet.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I know his dad a little bit, and again, there's the legacy thing going on.
Yeah.
Did Justin always think he was going to be in music?
If you asked him, he'd probably say yes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, and you produced Raylan Baxter.
Raylan Baxter.
Close to Me, and that album is out now, Feathers and Fishhooks, and that is a beautiful album.
Thanks.
He's opening for Grace Potter and doing killer things. That album's on ATO.
He's killing it.
Yeah, and you told me you just finished Caitlin Rose.
Caitlin Rose is.
She's a Nashville darling.
I've done 2 records now with Caitlin. She's just brilliant.
She is brilliant. So when you approach an artist like Caitlin to produce, how does it start? You just listen to the songs, or are you a heavy-handed producer? Do you like to play a lot of the instruments? What's your approach?
I'm kind of a team player, and it varies from project to project, but it starts with songs always. You know, I like to get a feel for who they are. We'll hang out a whole bunch. We'll go out and talk. But then I listen to the songs, and then from there we kind of, with Caitlin in particular, we'll go through our influences, like what do we like? What do we like with this? You know, how does this feel? And then we'll kind of go down that path, and something always comes out of it, you know.
So, you're a band leader too? Is that true?
Yeah, you know, right after high school, I started playing in a horn band. It was a Motown band, a party band. And it was my first idea to just sort of, you know, be a band leader and kind of put something together. And we started getting gigs at private parties, and then we played for the military up in Alaska for a few weeks.
Are you serious?
So this was my first experience sort of being in charge and sort of corralling all the people together into one thing.
Was that stressful? Because you seem kind of laid back.
No, it wasn't stressful at all. Once
good.
you got a good team, you made the right choices there.
No problems with authority. Everybody just does what you say.
Pretty much.
What do you think is some of the best advice you've ever gotten in the music industry?
Well, my dad always told me, and I guess this goes with life and in general, it's to be a stand-up guy, just to do the right thing. And I applied that in music as, you know, just don't be a pain in the butt. You know, be somebody that everybody wants to be around and get along with. And if you're going to be a record producer, or if you're going to just be a musician at all in a band, just try to get along with everybody. Be cool, you know?
Yeah. It sounds easier than it is, I think.
Yeah.
Because this business does tend to bring out the inner diva in people. Have you ever worked with some difficult people? And if so, how do you handle that?
You know, I have, and you just kind of chug along and you kind of breathe. And it's just like any kind of relationship with a friend or someone else. You just always be cool. My philosophy is just to be cool. Try to be
cool.
Just be cool.
This too shall pass. I shall survive this diva moment.
That's right.
So what are you working on now?
I am, as I said, just finished Caitlin's new record. There's a guy in town named Richie Kirkpatrick who was in a band called Ghostfinger. He's a rock and roll guy. fantastic front man, and we just finished a rock party record.
No kidding. It's just, I want to hear it.
Yeah, I'll lay it on you.
What's that called?
It's called Richie for now. I don't know if he has a title yet for the record, but everything's got claps and hoots and hollers, and it's like a party in a box is what I call it. Yeah, just throw it on.
These days in Nashville, and particularly you do alternative music, I do alternative music. I'm sure you would make a straight up country record and produce it though if you had a chance, or is that not really your genre?
No, I could do that. I would be happy to.
Open to whatever.
I say yes. You know, I'm gonna go with the flow, guys.
This guy.
Yeah.
But what do you? Obviously, we have to wear a lot of hats. You have to. The music business change. We have to make new moves to stay afloat. You've had some success with the online, with putting your music in different commercials and stuff like that. How does that come about? And what advice might you have for people making similar types of music to you who would like to see a commercial and make the? Was it Garnier? Is that one of them?
I did. I had a song in Garnier Fructis shampoo commercial and one on Citibank with Jordan and Eric Lenning, who are in the non-commissioned officers here in Nashville. We're sort of a production team, and so we write these. They're really not jingles; they're really just songs that we make up. And we have an agent in LA that's, so networking would be a way, try to find the people that are putting these things out there. And we have an agent in LA who has relationships with ad agencies, and he just puts our songs down the pipeline, and hopefully every once in a while you'll hit one.
Well, you mentioned something interesting, because I've run into this myself, trying to figure out how to get music that would be right for commercials. You actually are producing for that.
Yeah, a lot of times writing specifically for the spot itself.
Well, but you would have to already have a relationship with them.
Mm-hmm. You do.
To get that going.
You kind of do, and we have, like I said, we have a broker in LA who has a relationship with the ad agencies.
So he might call you up and say, "Look, how do you say it?"
Garnier.
Garnier.
Yeah.
It's Frenchy. So Garnier has got. They're looking for music. You go back and maybe study some of the other commercials, or sonically.
Every once in a while, they'll have references like, we like this track by this huge popular artist that we're not going to pay that.
That's exactly how it comes about a lot of times. So you kind of know.
So and sometimes we'll ape the track, but usually we'll come up with something that's pretty fresh and pretty new. And the few times that I've done it, I'm really happy with the songs. They sound cool. I would listen to them.
Yeah, I mean that's part of it.
Yeah.
Because you have to deliver on the commercial side, but you've got to be able to live with it. Obviously.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
I hope you guys caught that at home. Aping the track. This is a new, a new symbol for how we're going to get our music into cool commercials.
That's right.
I like it. Ape it. We're not copying it. We're aping it.
We're aping it.
Yeah. Banana. Well, it's awesome to have you on the show.
Thank you.
You've got to come back, and will you play some stuff?
I'd love to.
Okay. You don't have anything today, do you? Any
I don't.
Music or anything?
I should have brought something.
Well, you're right here. You'll come back.
Yeah, I'm cool.
Okay. I want you to play some stuff for us, and I want you to, if you would, take us through a commercial and say how this might come about. Like just kind of a mock scenario. Like here's a commercial, here's a track that they gave us, or some music that we know is popular. Because I think a lot of people would like to know, as singer-songwriters, as a side thing, how to get into giving people what they want musically.
Well, they'll give you some references, and if you're lucky, they'll give you the actual spot without any music, and you go, okay, well, there's beats, in TV and film, there's beats that they want to hit, and so this is maybe the tempo, if they've given you a ref track. So write something kind of in this tempo, or you can write it in the same key. Try to get in their head and see what they really like about this, and it's probably the energy and everything, they're selling stuff. So you get in there and you try to write something fresh and cool, and you don't want to get too close to it. You can't get too on the nose, otherwise it's just not going to work. But when it works, you come up with something that you wouldn't have expected, And for me, I'm a task-oriented songwriter, and so it's always cool for me to have some kind of direction or to know if there's a project particularly that I'm working on. So I find myself, I work well in these sort of situations where I think I know what they want, and so let's go in there and let's make this.
That's what makes you a good producer.
There it is.
Too.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for being here. Our guest has been Skylar Wilson. Check him out, and we're going to have him back on the show. Bring some music.
Love to.
And we get Caitlin Rose on maybe?
Yeah.
All right, let her know we want her on the show.
I will.
You've been watching Talkapolis. I'm Greta Gaines, Music Business Week. Microcasting for your city. Talkapolis.